On the gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Of course, my name is Nick, and here we do talk toys and pop culture of all kinds, and sometimes, just sometimes, when I have an event or something that I film at, we do talk a little shit about other subjects. So if that's the kind of thing you like, stick around for that. But if collectibles, pop culture, and general nerddom is your niche, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when I post more if you like the content. Costs you nothing, means the world to me, and it does help the channel grow and get it out in the algorithm. What I am going to do today is what I like to call a lazy toy review. Again, this is going to be the second in a series of lazy toy reviews you'll find. The first being the Black Bolt and Lockjaw review I did last. And a lazy toy review to me is just having products that I've had on the shelf for a little while that I haven't reviewed, because I quit YouTubing for a little while, and then when I came back, the channel came back even stronger. So what I want to do is I actually want to review a figure by a company called Thousand Toys. Now, I don't know if anybody knows who they are, but Thousand Toys has produced a few figures like Synthetic Humans, Master Chief, things like that. But they also produced a set of Hellboy figures. Now, one Hellboy figure, of course, had the sword, and it had the horns, and it had a different t-shirt, some other things like that. And that was the regular edition. This is actually the PX exclusive version of the Thousand Toys Hellboy. It does come with the BPRD shirt, the extra head sculpt, and that's about it. I mean, it doesn't have the extra horns, the bells and whistles the other one has. But a little background on Hellboy. Hellboy was created by Mike Mignola. I don't know if anybody knows who Mike Mignola is, but he's a hell of an artist and a hell of a writer for Dark Horse Comics. Now, Hellboy first appeared in December of 1993, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. His first full appearance was in Next Man, and I can't remember the number. Maybe it was 21. Maybe it was 23. I'm not positive. But if you do know, correct me in the comments below and let me know. But I know the character was pretty popular there for a while. He spawned several movies. You had the Ron Perlman movies, and then you had the cartoon, of course, and then it went over to the David Harbour film. Now, my favorites are the first film and the David Harbour film. The David Harbour film is a little wacky, but I do really like it. And I could go on about this character for a long time, but what I want to do instead of rambling on is go ahead, punch in, and review this figure. Alright guys, you know how we do on the channel. We're going to dive into this box first, just like always, of course. And if you look here, you do see some really, really excellent Mike Mignola artwork on this box. You go down, you can see the red right hand of Doom really well. You can see the BPRD logo spot varnished in there. It's kind of ghosted. I do like the box treatment for this a lot. I think it does speak volumes for the character. You look up top, and of course you got the Hellboy logo. You go down the side, you don't get anything but some more of the ghost of the BPRD logo. And on the back, you get a really, really, really good shot of the figure inside. As you can see, the detail on this figure is absolutely insane. And I really, really, really enjoy it. It's the most comic accurate version I think I've seen, all the way down to his hooves, of course. And if you look here, you do have your Thousand Toys logo. I'm going to flip the box over, of course, and you can look at the bottom to see all the legalese you want. And you can look for the email here, and of course, down here, I will leave you guys the barcode. This is the BPRD shirt version, and this, of course, is the previews exclusive. Checking into the box, of course, I've already got him out. He's been on my shelf probably since 2022. You can see right here, it does say 1/12 scale action figure. The window where Hellboy would be is here. You can still see some of his extra hands and his extra head. We'll get to that in just a moment. You go down here, you get a Hellboy logo. And over here, you get a BPRD logo. And on the back, you get all your producer credits and things like that. And I'll let you read those if you want to. You can pause. And then I'll come down here, you get your Dark Horse Comics logo and your Thousand Toys logo and some more legalese. Alright, let's talk accessories. Most of the accessories are actually on the figure. These are what was left in the tray. Of course, you have all of his left hands because you don't get an extra red right hand of Doom, and I'll show you why here in a minute. But of course you get the sort of smiling, sort of maybe cynical head sculpt. And it does have 2 holes for the horns there, and you can see they're individually keyed so you don't swap them the wrong way. Again, like I said, this one doesn't come with the long horns. This one comes with the short horn nubs that have been sawed off. And you can replace those in there. But yeah, I mean, what you see is what you get here. He does come with the gun in the holster, and his tail is separated in the box, so you'll have to put that on the figure as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at Big Red himself. Alright guys, here is Big Red himself out of the box. As you can see, they spared no detail on this figure. It looks like it stepped straight off a Dark Horse comic cover. And it's one of my favorite figures in my collection for that reason. I've always liked the Hellboy comics, so for me, this is the quintessential Hellboy figure. Now, I do wish it came with the longer horns and the sword, but I have somebody that 3D prints, so I can get those made if I do happen to need them. I'll leave a link below to this figure, like I said, if you guys want one of your own. Let's go ahead and dive in and talk a little more about him. As you can see, guys, the detail is absolutely fantastic. The dry brushing on the, the legs is good. The detail here on the red right hand of Doom is great. If you come around here, of course, you can see all the little nooks and crannies that have been dry brushed. The detail on the coat is great. It does have the little BPRD patch. This, of course, came with the BPRD t-shirt already on it. But under it, there is a fully detailed sculpted rubber overlay that hides 90% of the joints on this guy. The coat is wired, and it is made out of kind of a canvasy material. The coat is wired all the way into the collar. The collar is wired as well in case you want to flip that up. But if you look at the head sculpt on this guy, the detail is fantastic. He has the yellow eyes, that sort of underbite, weird angry face that he gets. The hair is nicely detailed, and it does come back to the samurai ponytail. Of course, he does come with the gun here, and the gun is nicely dry brushed and detailed as well. The gun does seat into the holster on the belt. The belt does look properly weathered. It does have a crucifix here on a chain, a horseshoe for good luck. So this is basically Hellboy's standard utility belt. And again, the gun does seat into the holster. The holster is a pain in the ass to attach to this belt, so if you get one of these, be very careful. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the figure as well. We'll spin him around here, and the coat is nicely stitched. And of course, you do get a posable tail. The tail isn't wired, sadly, so the tail has a limited range of motion, but I do use it to balance him on the shelf so he doesn't fall over. That's always a good thing. And let's go ahead and talk about the red right hand of Doom here. His red right hand is absolutely fully posable. You remember earlier when I said you didn't need an extra hand sculpt? You really don't for this. His hand, all these little links can be moved and posed. I mean, his thumb can even be put farther into his hand. If you look here on the bottom, he does have the knuckles. Everything is nicely dry brushed and things like that. You come around to the side, the detail still goes. You come over top of it, of course, and again, it is very, very detailed and nicely painted. It does have a wrist rotation, and it does have some side-to-side up and down motion because it is on a ball joint. But again, guys, I mean, the red right hand of Doom is fully articulated. I don't know of a Hellboy figure that does that. Let's talk about the rest of the articulation of the figure, speaking of which. He does have the ab crunch. His head does go around a 360. It does look up and down. It does have some range of motion. He can go out to a T-pose, and the arms are double jointed at the elbows. He does have wrist rock, wrist rotation, which is standard with most figures. He has butterfly joints. All of his joints are hidden by rubber overlays under the shirt, and they are fully detailed. I'm not going to take the jacket off because it's hella hard to do, and it was hella hard to get it back on after that. I had to literally remove this guy's arm over here at the shoulder to do so. But yeah, I mean, this is the full package if you like a Hellboy figure. It does have the waist rotation, it does have thigh cut, it does have boot cut. The ankles rock and pivot. The feet do move up and down, as you can see here in that ball joint. And he can do the splits to a degree. I mean, Hellboy's not the most athletic dude you've ever seen, but this guy spares no expense when it comes to articulation. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons and a final score. Alright guys, so here are the size comparisons. Here you can see Big Red next to a standard Marvel Legends figure. He does scale really well in that universe, so if you guys want to have him fight Wolverine or fight Sabretooth or something like that, there's an option there. You pop over here and there's the Undertaker next to him. Now the Undertaker is a tad bigger. Hellboy is 12th scale, and so is the Undertaker supposedly. I would have thought Hellboy would be a little bit taller or as tall as Taker, maybe not. Correct me if I'm wrong. But also, we're going to compare him to a DC Mega figure from McFarlane. Let me move Taker out of the way here so you can get a better look at this. If you want to have Hellboy in the Swamp Thing universe, you have options. So you get Hellboy down here, but you go all the way up here and you got Dr. Alec Holland. This is a bit unfair as a size comparison because Swamp Thing can be many sizes, but I just want you to see how he scales next to some of your DC Universe bigger figures. Again, guys, for me, this figure is a solid 10 out of 10 and the quintessential Hellboy figure if you do want a comic accurate version. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today and reviewing the 1000 Toys Hellboy figure with another one of my patented and brand new lazy reviews. Again, like I said, if you like this kind of thing and you want to see an older product reviewed, let me know in the comments below, because some of these products are still really cool in my book. What I'll do is I'll see if I can't find a link to the specific figure so you can get one of your own. Now, I will say some of these do get a little pricey over time, which is fine, but if you really want this in your collection, I will leave a link for you. And as always, guys, again, if you do like this sort of content, you guys are legendary for doing this. We are getting so close to 3,000 subscribers, guys. So close. In fact, so close, I would urge you guys, if you do like the content or you just like the sound of my voice, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when I post more. Guys, that said, I'm going to punch out. I will see you in the next one, and I will see you later.